Wow, wow, wow. I must say that the skin looks awful, sadly. So it's kind of anticlimactic, but boys, this is what it looks like. This is what the guy paid for. $500,000. Right here in CS2, the new game, the game that will replace CSGO. This is what all our skins will look like in just a couple of months. Wow.
This was on a pixel inspecting the AK-47 case hardened pattern template 661, the SCAR pattern. It is commonly given the title of the most expensive AK-47 skin in the entire game, and the crazy thing is, it doesn't even exist in StatTrak Factory New. Now there's two ways to get it. You could obviously open it from a case, however that's gonna cost you more than an arm and a leg. So let's do the math. So if you open one case, you have a 0.32% chance to get a StatTrak pink. There are two pinks in the case, so to get the AK specifically, it's just half of that, 0.16%, which corresponds to odds of 1 in 625. So now you got your StatTrak AK. Next, it has to be factory new. Of all the AK case hardens currently in existence, about 1 in 8 is factory new. These odds are very much skewed by trade-ups because most people go for factory new, so there's gonna be more factory new than what you get just by opening. But let's just still use this 1 in 8, and let's keep in mind that this is actually an upper estimate of the odds, so the actual odds are gonna be even lower than what we get. So that puts our odds to get a StatTrak factory new AK case hardened from one case to 1 in 5,000. So next, all we have to do is get the pattern right, which is 1 in 1,000. So that puts the odds of opening a StatTrak factory new AK case hardened 661 pattern at 1 in 5 million. So if you decide to open one, then you're gonna have to open on average 5 million CSGO weapon cases. Each of them are gonna cost you $100 each plus the key, $102.50 in total, times 5 million is $512,500,000, also known as $500 million. So if you decided to do that, you would lose about 300 million of your 500 million investment because of how trash the ROI of the CSGO weapon cases. Then again, I forgot to mention that there's only 550 currently listed on Steam, so even if you scrape all of them together from all the different marketplaces, you would get nowhere near the 5 million case mark. So I think it's safe to assume that no StatTrak factory new AK-47 case hardened pattern 661 is ever going to be unboxed from a case. Are you looking for cheap low float skins for trade ups? Check out today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. It's the most convenient trading bot site where you don't have to overpay for low floats. I found this 0.08 Op Elite build and this 0.09 M4 Tooth Fairy, and the tradable M4 was delivered to my inventory instantly. If you apply code TechSavvy, you get a 5% deposit bonus, and you also get a $5 trading bonus when you start trading. Don't worry if you don't have any skins, just head over to Freebies and you'll find 3 giveaways, all the way up to a Gut Knife Gamma Doppler. So use my link in the description to start finding deals on low float skins today. Now, of course, there's another method to get skins, and since you're on my channel, you already know what it is trade-ups. So what are the odds to get one of these from trade-ups? Well, this is what I found to be the most optimal and cheapest trade-up, with the best odds for the AK for the number of skins that we put in. It uses 10 skins from the Arms Duel collection, 4 in StatTrak Factory New, 6 in StatTrak Minimal Wear. You need to get really good floats for this, and I don't think you need more than one brain cell to figure out that this trade-up sucks financially. Now, with this being the most optimal, you have a 1 in 2 chance to get the StatTrak factory new AK case hardened, and then you of course have the 1 in 1,000 to hit the 661 pattern, so that gives you odds of 1 in 2,000 to get the legendary skin from this trade up. So if you want to do 2,000 of these trade ups, that is only gonna cost you $3.62 million, which is comparatively cheap. It's less than 1% of you trying to open it from cases, but it's still a very, very large number, and you would need 20,000 skins for this trade up. Adding up all the 3 possible skins that could be used on FloatDB, you get a total in existence of 38,000, and a large number of that is going to be conditions that isn't even usable. And when I say large, I mean 90%. And then you also have to consider the fact that a lot of these skins have A, already been traded up, or B, in abandoned accounts that people just left behind. So if we assume that you can buy and trade up half of those skins, which by the way is a stupid assumption, because even if you were able to do that, it would push up the prices by a crazy amount. You would still only have a 9.6% chance to actually get the 661 pattern. So I think it's also safe to assume that no 661 pattern AK case hardened StatTrak Factory New is gonna be traded up to. And this is a little bit sad because that means that we will never be able to see the StatTrak Factory New 661 AK case hardened, or will we? Actually, we will, and here it is, a 008 float StatTrak Factory New AK-47 case hardened 661 1 Blue Gem Scar pattern. This skin does not exist. I got this inspect link from a friend from Yix. Check out his Twitter. He posts a lot of cool low float stuff. And I'm not quite sure about the exact details of how he got his hands on the inspect link, but here it is. The most legendary skin in CSGO that never existed and never will.